Today we'll talk a bit about question formation, how to form questions, whether WH questions or yes/no questions. Yes, WH questions. From the word WH question. Now WH refers to the question words that start with W and H, like who, which is used to ask about people, a person, what, to ask about things, where, to ask about place, why, about reason, when, time, how, process, which, to choose between things or between people. Now, if you want to form a question, you should ask yourself some questions at the beginning. For example, when you see a sentence, first of all, you should ask yourself, do we have an auxiliary verb in this sentence or not? Because every question must contain an auxiliary verb. So if you have an auxiliary verb already there in the sentence, then you can use it as well in the question. So let's start number one with sentences with helping verbs. Helping verbs are auxiliary verbs, the same. And like is, are, was, were, do, does, all these are helping verbs or auxiliary verbs. In this case, when you have sentences with helping verbs, you can ask a WH question by inverting the subject and the helping verb following the WH word. Look at this sentence. Sammy is going to Florida. Sammy is the subject, and then is going here. Remember what the tense of this? Yes, present progressive. Yes, from last time. All right. So we have is going. Right. Here, do we have a helping verb already there or not? Yes, because part of the present progressive tense is to start with verb to be, all right? So is here is a helping verb. This means that I can use it, right? So Sam is going to Florida. So the question can be about the place, right? Where? See? So I start with where, and then instead of Sammy is going, I should invert it by saying is Sammy going? See here? So where is Sammy going? So here we invert the subject, okay, and the helping verb. Here, if you notice, Sammy is, but in the question is Sammy. All right? So we do all this in all questions with helping verb. So the question word, WH question word, like where, and then auxiliary or helping verb, and then the subject, and then the main verb. All right? Now, another question, what if there is no helping verb in the sentence? As I said, to ask a question, you need to place a helping verb in the question. If there is a helping verb in the sentence, that's fine, you can use it. But if there is no helping verb, then we use the do markers, do, does, did, all right? Just to remind you, we use do with I do, you do, he, she does, all right? It does as well. We do, you do, they do, all right? And in past tense, we use did with all of them. I did, you did, they did, and so on. Yes, sentences without auxiliary verbs. We need here to ask a question about sentences without auxiliary verb, without helping verbs. We need first to change the main verb in its base form. The main verb, as you know, for example, if the main verb is in the past, we change it into the base form, which is the present. So broke becomes break, like that. See? Now the question in the past, the sentence is in the past. Can I ask the question in the present? No. You just change the verb into its base form, and then the tense is now on did, all right, or do in the present. So change the main verb, where the main verb is the man broke the window, the main verb is broke, into its base form, which is break, right? Sentence without an auxiliary verb need to have a form of the verb do inserted. See here? Here we need to have a form of the verb do, depending on the tense of the sentence. This sentence is in the past tense, right? The past simple tense, broke. This means I must use did, right? So the man broke the window. I can ask about what did he do, right? So what, the question word, and then yes, a form of do, which is did. Why did? Because the verb here is in the past. And this verb in the sentence is in the past. So we must use did. So why did? the man break? Yes, and the base form of the verb. If you say why did the man broke, the same, that's wrong. Why did the man break? Again, the past tense here now is manifested, or is on did here, but break is in the base form. What did the man break? And the answer, the man broke the window. Alright, so again we start with the question word, what, and then we do the inversion, remember. Okay, the same here. If you notice, did before the man is the subject, like this, did before the man, the auxiliary verb before the subject, did the man. Why did we use did? Because actually broke here is in the past simple tense, then in the question we must use did, right? And the base form of the verb. What did the man break? Okay, so generally we have to say that you must insert a helping verb in the question, and this the kind of helping verb you use depends on whether there's a helping verb in the sentence or there is not. If there is a helping verb, use it. If there is no helping verb, you need to use a form of do, depending on the tense. Okay, to ask about the subject, if the subject is unknown, to ask who does something or who did something, we use the, as you know, we use the question word who. When the subject of the sentence is not known, there is no inversion. We don't know any inversion. We don't say is playing, is he playing now. No inversion. Just add the WH word to take the place of the unknown subject. For example, if I say, instead of this question mark, Ahmad is feeling sick. Now I want to ask who. See, just who instead of Ahmad. Who is feeling? No inversion. Is feeling sick. No inversion. See, this is just in case you are asking about the subject. When you ask about the subject, when the subject is unknown and you ask about the subject, then no inversion. All right. So Ahmad, Ahmad is feeling sick. The question, who is feeling? Just you replace Ahmad and use who. Who is feeling sick? All right. This is just in questions with who. All right. But other question, you need this inversion, as we said before. Let's see more examples. When I say Jenny went to the store, here you need to determine, okay, what I want to ask about. Okay, what do I want to ask about? I can ask about Jenny. I can ask about the store, right? To the store, the place. See, and also I can ask about the place. But let's say the subject and the place. If I want to ask about the subject, you remember we use the question word who. Very good, to ask about people. Okay, and now we need any inversion? No, we just who, all right, went to the store. Instead of Jenny, we say who went to the store. That's it, without any inversion. Okay, so there is no change here. There is no helping verb. We don't use any helping verbs here because we ask about the subject. Now, if I want to ask about the store, the place, the question word will be where. Instead of who, it should be where. Now, I need this inversion. You see, now you should ask yourself, do I have a helping verb here? Any helping verbs? No. I just have one here, a main verb. Okay, this means I need to use a form of do. Another question, is the sentence in the past or in the present? In the past. This means I should use did and change this verb into its main base, the base form, right? So I can say where, it's not here of course, where, should I say where went? Where, yeah? Where Jenny? No, where did, right? Where did Jenny, okay, went? No, go. So where did Jenny go? And the answer, Jenny went to the store. Right? Another question, another example, Matt is going to the mall tonight. Again, I can ask about Matt, I can ask about the place, I can ask about tonight, which is, yeah, time. Good. To ask about time, we use when. Alright? So, we must invert the subject and the helping verb. Do we have a helping verb here? The first thing you ask yourself. Yes, we have a helping verb. Then I can use it. So I can say yes, why, right? Or when, sorry, when is Matt going to the mall? Can I say that? Yes, when is Matt going to the mall? That's it. See, when, and instead of Matt is, no, is Matt. When is Matt going to the mall? The answer, tonight. All right? Bob bought cookies to school. Sorry, Bob brought cookies to school. Now here, again, I want you to form a question. Now you ask yourself, do I have a helping verb? Helping verb? No, I just have the main verb. Okay, this means I must use do or does. Now, which one? Should I use do, does, or did? Depending on, okay, the sentence, is it past or present? Yes, it's past. This means I should use did. So again, what question word can I use here? Bob brought cookies. So I can ask about cookies. I can ask what, right? So what, okay. What's the form of do we need here? Past, yes, did. What did, and the subject, Bob, right? And the base form of the verb, brought, is bring. So what did Bob bring to school? See here, did, that's a form of do, and the present tense, change the verb to the present tense, which present here the base form, right? Bring. Okay, so you need to follow this, these steps. First, ask whether I have a helping verb or not. If there's a helping verb, use it and invert the subject with the helping verb. If there's no helping verb, then you need to use do or does or did, right? Depending on the tense. What tense is this? Past, then I use did. If it's present, use do or does, depending on the subject. He, she, it takes does, as we said before. Remember, sentences with helping verbs, again, just to summarize things here, sentences with helping verbs, invert the subject and the helping verb. Invert, swap places. Sentence without helping verbs, you need do support. You need to use a form of the verb do. And then change the verb into its present form or base form. When you ask about subjects, unknown subjects, you leave them alone. Don't change anything. Don't invert, don't change, just put the word who. Okay? You scan and scan the reading passage. Alright? So I'll just do a few of these and then you should do this yourself. Marriage is often not easy. Maybe man and woman love each other, but they argue, they get angry. Later they apologize, but it happens again and again. So if I ask you a question, all right, what does this word they refer to? Refers to, what does it refer to? Yeah, it refers to man and woman, right? Good. All right. What about she here? Refers to what? These are the questions here. The difference between man and woman began, and then you should find the correct answer. She refers to line 5. Where's line 5? Here. She refers to what? Yes. The writer here. Okay. Good. And they in line 9. Let's see. They in line 9. Where's line? Yes, here. In other words, they like many of the same things and play in the same way. I should go back a bit to know what does they refer to. So the differences, sentence says, begin when men and women are children. Very young boys and girls are similar to each other. In other words, they. Yes, they refers to young boys and girls. So you need to go back to know. Right? This kind of says you need to practice this. As I said before, in the exam you will have questions like these. You have short passages, and then you ask me what does this pronoun refer to, what's the meaning of this word, and so on. Yes. As you know, we studied the present simple tense and the present progressive tense, right? Today we'll do the simple past tense. The simple past tense. Simple past tense is an action or event that happened in the past. It's in something in the past, before now. The verb, that's very simple and straightforward. Remember when we talked about the simple present tense, we said that you just the verb in the base form, right? I play. See? But we add s with he, she, and it. She plays. That's it. Okay? The same here in the past tense, but that's straightforward. We just put the verb in the second form. Played. Instead of play, we say played. Instead of go, we say went. Instead of walk, we say walked. Right? Indicators like were, ago, yesterday, in the past, last, any date in the past, any day in 1980, 1977. So all these indicators tell you that the tense in the sentence is in the past simple tense. No helping verbs are used in the sentence, but we use did not in to form negative, and we use did to form questions. All right? As you remember, to form negative and to form a question, we need auxiliary verbs. In the case of the simple past tense, the auxiliary verbs we use is did and did not. All right? Concerning verbs, how to put them in the second form, we have regular verbs which end with ed, the past tense, like this: play, played. See, walk, walked, stop, stopped. And irregular verbs, they end with different form in the past tense. You should know the irregular verbs. So go is an irregular verb. The past form of go is went. So we should know it like that. All right? Let's answer these sample questions. The students, the homework last week. The students. Now look at this. What's last week? This indicator that the sentence is in the past simple tense, which means is this the past simple tense? Which one? Yes, did. The students did the homework. We to the new shopping mall yesterday. Again, yesterday tells us that the sentence in the past simple tense. Again, which form of these refer to the past simple tense? Are going? Didn't go? Didn't went? Can I say didn't went? When we use did, remember the question, we should put the verb in the base form, right? In the present form. So, didn't go. Good. The doctor, busy when I phone him. Is did busy? Can I say did busy? Remember when we studied the verb to be, we said that we can use adjectives after verb to be. So here, busy is an adjective. So we must say the doctor was busy. All right. Now these are sample questions, WH questions, just to practice using the different question words. So circle the most suitable answer. All right. So number one, blah 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 was the reason of the car accident. It was the very high speed. So this is the question, this is the answer. We need a question word here. It was the speed. So yes, look at the answer. It was the very high speed. Then I should ask about what was the reason. Good. What was the reason? See here? In the answer we have was already, then I use it. What was the reason? Was the reason, not the reason was. Okay? And it refers to the reason. Could you please tell me will be the final test? Again, the answer is next Monday. The answer, look at the answer, next Monday. Then I ask about time. So, tell me when. All right. Do you eat a day? Do you eat a day? Only twice. We'll do this later. Twice, 2 times. So, okay. How often? كم مرة? More here. Look at number 8. Did she say? Nothing. The answer nothing. Then I ask about, yes, what did she say? Did she say? All right. Okay, another one. House is that beautiful one. It's mine. Another question, which is whose, to ask about position. Who owns something? Whose house is this? It's mine. All right? It's my house. Thank you. You need to do this in your own. You study first and then you do the questions. Thank you very much.